Angeles County Board of Supervisors approved the increase and extension of a reward for information in the death of Mitrice Richardson, whose remains were found nearly a year after she was released from a share station in the middle of the night and without transportation. Drop your comments below, BLR family. If you know what happened to Mitrice, please contact the Los Angeles Police Department at 213-485-2531 and refer to report number 09-1820882. You may remain anonymous.
The mystery unraveled on a September night in 2009, right where the Pacific greets the shores of Malibu.
Nothing about that evening makes sense to me.
Her daughter, Mitrice Richardson, showed up at this seaside restaurant acting so strangely, the staff had to call 911.
She sounds really crazy. She may be on drugs or something.
She wasn't, according to deputies. She wasn't even drunk. But they did find marijuana in her car, and she had no money to pay her bill. So she was booked.
I'm a little frazzled right now.
Her mother called the jailer and was relieved to learn that at least her troubled daughter would be kept safe overnight.
I would hate to wake up to a morning report. Girl lost somewhere with her head chopped off.
But Mitrice didn't spend the night.
Her record came back completely clean, clear, spotless, nothing.
So Mitrice was released just after midnight with no car, no phone, no money. Nearly a year later, her half-naked body was found in a remote canyon, partially mummified.
I will never have peace until I have some understanding of what happened to her.
Lettice is now suing the sheriff's department for wrongful death and negligence, saying officers ignored her daughter's strange behavior and did not take any action to evaluate her mental state.
That's highly irresponsible to me.
The sheriff's department wouldn't comment, but in court documents denied the charges. In fact, deputies said they offered to let Mitrice stay the night, but she refused.
She wanted to leave.
Los Angeles Magazine spent months investigating the disappearance, and for journalist Mike Kessler, it didn't add up.
They knew that Mitrice was not of sound mind that night.
But it's not only how she left the sheriff's office that's troubling to the family, but they are further distressed by what happened after her body was found. The sheriff's department, against the direction of the coroner, moved Mitrice's body, making it more difficult to determine a cause of death.
You cannot touch a body until the coroner says so.
But perhaps most puzzling of all is just how Mitrice got there in the first place.
It's illogical to think that my daughter decided to hike up a creek, take off her clothes, go further up, and lay down and die.
It took us over an hour. This is no recreational trail, and for someone like Mitrice, whose own family says that she was the opposite of an outdoors person, it seems like it'd be difficult for her, if not impossible, to be able to walk this trail on her own. When we finally got there, we found a small memorial put there by her family.
I see her. I see her in everything that's beautiful, in every flower, every plant, the sunlight. I see her always. She's with me always.
Whatever happened in Dark Canyon remains for the moment a dark secret.
Why was Mitrice Richardson released in the middle of the night without transportation, without a car, without money, without a phone, and most importantly, without sanity? Now, BLR family, this is a very upsetting case. I have a couple of questions, and so should you. Now, if it takes about an hour to walk up through a rocky path, a very it's kind of a complex route to get up to the creek where Latrice's body was located. It would have taken her more than an hour if she wasn't mentally fit. And that trek in the middle of the night had to be awful treacherous. Now, her family says that she was not the type of person to do like outdoors. Outdoors wasn't her thing. But she was educated and a graduate. Our prayers continue to go out to the family. And thank you, BLR family, for your love and support.
Lawsville Sheriff Station, Deputy Shalette, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm calling from Joffrey's Restaurant in Malibu.
Yeah.
We have a guest here who is refusing to pay her bill, and we think she sounds really crazy. She may be on drugs or something. We are wondering if someone could come by and pick her up.
Okay, well, what's the address there?
It's 27400 Pacific Coast Highway.
And is she a white, black, Asian, Hispanic?
She's young black girl. She's probably in her 20s.
Okay, what's she wearing?
She's wearing a black T-shirt and I think blue jeans.
Is she with anybody else?
No, it's just her.
I am calling. I'm a little frazzled right now. I understand my daughter is being brought into the station. Mitrice Richardson. Have they made it to the station yet? And she's been booked.
Okay, do you know where she's coming from?
It's some restaurant out in Malibu, and I didn't even think to get the name. The manager's name is...
The only place we have somebody that's in custody that they just announced on the radio that they're coming up is from Joffrey's in Pacific Coast Highway. It's the only female that's being brought up to the station as we speak. They actually just put it on the radio right before you called.
Okay. I'm her mother, and are you guys going to book her and then release her on her own recognizance tonight because it's dark, she doesn't have a car, and I don't want her wandering out. I'm totally just taken aback because this is so out of character for her, and you'll see when she comes in, she's well spoken. I think the only way I will come and get her tonight is if you guys are going to release her tonight. If going to be held in custody for some type of arraignment tomorrow, then I will wait until tomorrow. She definitely has no place, she's not from that area, and I would hate to wake up to a morning report, girl lost somewhere with her head chopped off, so I guess I would have to come and get her. Oh, my God.
Yeah, we're in Agoura Hills. The only thing is, at least in the station here, she will be separated, so nobody's going to be with her. So at least that's, the plus thing, so you don't have to worry about her safety.
I feel safe with her being in custody. It's being released, but I'm worried about it. It's crazy out here. All right, well, then I will more than likely call and touch bases with you guys a little bit later.
And she'll call you as soon as she comes in, too.
Lawsville Sheriff Station, Ohana, can I help you?
Yes, good morning. My name is Mitrice Richardson. I'm calling to follow up on my daughter who was brought in last night around 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Okay, let me transfer you to the jailer. Hold on, please.
Thank you.
We'll hold down
Lawsville Station, Baumgartner.
Yes, hi. My name is Mitrice Richardson. I called not too long ago regarding my daughter, Mitrice Richardson. How long before a missing persons report can be filed? Is it 24 or 48 hours?
That's normal. Well, it depends on the circumstances, but I didn't take your call, so I'm not familiar with it. Did she just not return home after going out?
She was arrested last night. This is the first time she's been arrested. She's in an unknown area that she's never been in. She's without a vehicle. Nobody can find her.
And where was this at? Where was she arrested at?
Your facility. Her name is Mitrice Richardson.
Okay. Do you know if she's here now, or was she released?
They said she was released.
Okay, and what time was she released?
At just shortly after 12 a.m.
Yeah, normally I wouldn't recommend doing one that soon.
Right. What is the time frame?
I guess probably 24 hours would be reasonable. I mean, if there would be some mitigating factors, where you would suspect maybe something, not right.
She doesn't know the area. She's never been in your area before.
Where does she live?
She is unfamiliar with that area.
Do you think she possibly could have gotten a bus home?
No. Listen, my child has never ridden a bus. Okay. No.
Right.
She would not know how to ride a bus.
I would probably wait till, early this morning, and if she doesn't turn up, you can certainly call. I don't suspect anything bad happened.
I'm concerned because, well, first of all, I thought they were going to keep her overnight because she was highly intoxicated.
Mm-hmm.
Something is obviously going on with her.
Have you talked to the jailer?
Yes, I have. He said he tried to get her to stay, but because she was an adult, they had to let her go. I believe that she is highly depressed, and she's in a depressive state.
It could be possible that maybe there's a lot of options and a lot of possibilities, and I don't think all of them would be, something dire. But I can certainly understand your fears, being your daughter and all that.
Well, I think she's depressed. That's what has me more.
That's worried you more than just her? Okay.
That and the fact that she's in an area where she doesn't know where she's at.
Yeah. Does she take medication at all?
No, I believe it's a state that she's in right now because of just the weird activities that's been going on.
What's her name? What's her name?
Her name is Mitrice Richardson.
Okay. And your name, ma'am?
Demise.
Okay, Demise. Here's what I want you to do. Why don't you wait a couple hours and give us some time to I'll go back and talk to the jailer and try and get a timeline of when she was released and, make sure she's not asleep in our lobby or anything like that. And then once you give us a call back in a couple hours, if she hasn't shown up or made contact with you, then maybe we can do something for you, okay?
Well, Sheriff Station Office, can I help you?
Yeah, hi. Hey, this is Smith at Cold Canyon. We had a prowler walking around through the backyard here, but we don't know what the situation was. I don't know if you had a unit in the area. It might do a little drive-by or something.
Okay, where's this at?
This is Cold Canyon, like hot and cold in Montecito. But it's in the back of the house, which is right where Wood Bluff hits Cold Canyon. And we just had a strange woman walking through the backyard here. It's a fairly large property, and she was sitting on the steps right on the back of the house here. This is kind of a circular driveway, and the gates were closed, so we don't know where this woman came from.
You said the cross was Wood Bluff?
Yeah, that's right. There's a horse trail, hiking trail access through here, but we've never had this kind of thing happen before.
What'd she look like? White, black, Hispanic?
A tall, slim black woman with afro hair.
How tall?
Well, she was sitting down, stretched out on the wooden steps in the back of the house. Hard to tell, but she looked like she might have been medium to slightly tall, with a big afro hair, very skinny. And I think she was wearing maybe jeans or tight pants with a T-shirt.
You've never seen her there before?
No, never. Nobody ever does that. I mean, the people hike on the trail all the time. The trail goes through our property, but we leave it open on purpose because it's kind of a nice thing for horses and people.
And you said she was laying across the steps, or?
She was sitting kind of sprawled out on these wooden steps in the back of the house, right against the back of the house.
She's since got up and left?
She's since gone, yeah. She's been gone about 5 minutes now, but as we thought it over, we thought maybe a little drive-by wouldn't be a bad idea.
And what direction was she last seen headed?
Never saw her. Once she left, she just disappeared. I moved from one window to another. I said to her, I hollered down, "Are you all right?" And she said, "I'm just resting," or something like that. But she's certainly gone out of her way to get that close to the house because the hiking trail is not that close. It's on the ridge.
All right, well, since we go ahead and check the area for her.
Appreciate that very much.
Not a problem, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
The Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors approved the increase in extension of a reward for information in the death of Mitrice Richardson. If you know what happened to Mitrice, please contact the Los Angeles Police Department at 213-485-2531 and refer to report number 09-1820882. You may remain anonymous.
Push to solve a cold case murder. Mitrice Richardson vanished in 2009 after she was released from the sheriff's Malibu Lost Hill station in the middle of the night. Almost a year later, Mitrice's remains were found at an abandoned pot farm. This morning, the LA County Board of Supervisors will meet to discuss approving a bigger reward to find her killer.
Subscribe to Black Label Reviews.